Difficult, isn't it, when you write your memoirs, and you decide to put down your story, your turn of events, and the things that you apparently remember in such great detail. Even more so if you're the ex-royal Prince Harry. He sat down with a ghostwriter, so obviously his interpretation was through second-hand writing. Nothing wrong in that. The ghostwriter picked up £1 million for his trouble. But seemingly, it's not just all the inaccuracies that are now haunting Prince Harry, because there's been quite a few, as everybody's picked out. Some of the gaffes he's made himself. But now, according to a very good source, it looks like Prince Harry is now seemingly in hot water, this time with his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle. But as ever, why? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well. By the way, on this day, way back in 1953, if you were a child, you would have been delighted by this news. Yes, because rationing of sweets stopped after the war. Can you believe it? 1953. And all the goodies apparently that you missed, well, they didn't come back straight away, but at least you could now buy them without them being rationed if you could afford them. All those great things that we now take for granted every day, like Mars bars, Kit Kat, stuff like that, they were all out. But in that particular era, correct me if I'm wrong, people preferred things weighed out, didn't they? Boiled sweets. I remember just a little bit of that era. Do you remember pineapple cubes? Coca-Cola cubes, do you remember those? And also those wiry sort of snakes and ladder things that were just gum with all sorts of stuff. I know, horrendous when you think. It's amazing we're all still here, isn't it? What did we eat back then? Back as ever, though, to your breaking roll story of the day. The story centres on the fact that now, as we know, this particular lady has come forward to reveal all about her, shall we say, chaste affair with the former royal known as Prince Harry. He detailed it in his book, you see, at great detail, or not, as the case may be. Now, why did she decide to come forward? Well, around about £35 between two particular publications over here in the United Kingdom. So probably, allegedly, picking up around about £70,000. She said she felt compelled to because it was being discussed on a WhatsApp group. Many others might think she sniffed a bit of money, you know what I'm saying. But according to a very good source now out in Montecito, and you have to feel a little bit sorry for Harry, he basically described her to Meghan as rather plain, timid, and all of this sort of stuff. Possibly playing it all down. But as you can see from the early picture, she was a sprightly, fresh-faced looking blonde. Nothing wrong in that. But it goes into further detail, which we can't say here on a family channel. But what's fascinating is, as I say, Prince Harry basically said, look, it wasn't what you've read, it's not what you've seen, that sort of thing, And a good source is a very good source, let me tell you. Now, as you can imagine, as I said at the start of this video, Prince Harry obviously tried to play it down, as most men do with their former paramours, particularly if you're going to, reveal all in a tell-all book. But for Prince Harry, of course, he never thought, I'm guessing, that that particular individual would then decide finally to come forward. This really all kicked off with the actor Rupert Everett, who is a little bit loose-lipped, met him on a number of occasions, and he claimed that he knew the person regarding this. Now, a lot of people are saying, was he intricate in setting all of this up for that particular lady in question? But whichever way you look at it, Prince Harry now basically has got quite a bit of explaining to do, as exactly this particular, shall we say, first girlfriend, being kind, wasn't necessarily the plain Jane that Prince Harry painted her out to be. And both of them, let me tell you, very exclusively, are not being honest about the breadth and length of their particular affair. Obviously, they're both trying to play and skirt around it, but whichever way you look at it, we haven't heard the last of her. Now, book publishers want her to reveal even more about the friendship before that particular escapade and all what it was like working in Highgrove at that particular time in Prince Harry's life. As I say, if she's already picked up some money, what's the betting? She won't trouble for even more. And again, who could blame her? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.